Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. Welcome, welcome. Bit of a weird one, and I have a story to tell as to why, but our time is a little screwed up today, but you know what? We're here. We got a great episode to talk about, however. This is genuinely probably one of my favorites. I feel like I've said that at least once already, that, oh, this is my favorite episode. This one, I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but I will say I did really thoroughly enjoy this one. This one was a really fun one. Yeah, let's go ahead and get over here. Badoo. I need to fix myself. My arm is moving all weird. Can I fix it? No. Okay, well, pooey. I tried to fix my arm, however, I fear my arm. Can I? Okay, my arm is like messed up. It's okay. You know what? It happens sometimes. Sometimes your arm is just messed up. you know how it is. Sometimes your arm, it's just a little whack. Sometimes it's messed up. It is what it is, but yes. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sky. Hi, Lily. Hi, Chrono. Hi, Yuki. Welcome in. How are you all doing? Do I have a story for you? So let me start off by saying, do I have a story for you? Yes, this was a very interesting episode. I really like it. Oh my god, yes, exactly. What do the workers gotta do now? What don't the workers have to do now? This has just become a saga this has become a saga of workers at my house. It's actually bad. So to give everyone a heads up, to let everyone know that this Friday will be my birthday! Happy early birthday, Chrono! Hope it's a great one. Happy early birthday indeed. So, I've got some new news regarding our septic issues that I feel like is pertinent to the schedule for streaming. So here's the deal. If you guys have been following for a while, you'll have known that I have been yapping for about like a couple months about us having septic problems. So basically we had to wait for like 3 months to get a permit from the county to dig up a hole in our backyard and basically have them flush out our septic and install like a new septic thingy back there, like a new pressure, a pump, and like a tank or something. And they had to flush everything out. So basically, they had that done. They finished that probably about 4 weeks ago, and we thought everything was fine. For a while, M was even without a toilet. IGF, welcome. Oh my god, okay, you know what? I will talk about the Oscars in just a second. I will. But, yeah, so here's the thing. We thought everything was okay after that. I had to have my toilet basically on standby after they fixed the septic because my toilet was constantly running water, constantly leaking water, and they had to get a part, and they had to get that part shipped in. So for like 2 weeks, M did not have a toilet. So that sucked. And finally, I thought it was over. This was like 2 weeks ago now. I thought that part was over. It was just my toilet. Once we got that fixed after the septic, everything was great. So we thought, we've still been having problems with certain things not working right. Like our dishwasher has just been really dirty. It's been like backing up, and we're like, what the heck is wrong with this thing? And so we got the same people to come out, and they did a couple extra tests, and they were like, oh, so you have hard water, but also acidic water. And it's rusting away the majority of your pipes and causing backlash into, like, you know, things like the washing machine, the dishwasher, things that are supposed to clean your stuff. So I have been living in purgatory because they're back. They're back at my house. So they came early this morning. So that's why we had to move the stream. I was gonna stream today instead of our regular 1 p.m. EST time to 8 p.m. EST because they left around 4 o'clock. And then, like, they're working inside of my house, like, near, like, the water cooler thingy, so it's, like, got all, like, the, like, I don't know mechanic-y things, but it's got all the water pressure stuff in that room, and it's just kind of like a storage room, which is conveniently right next to my room. So everything has been like very loud, lots of banging, lots of just dudes talking, and I'm like, I can't stream like this. So I was like, okay, they're supposed to leave at 4, so I'll stream at like 8 o'clock. You know, I'm like, yeah, that'll be a great time to stream just in case they stay over, because sometimes they have said in the past, oh yeah, we're gonna come and stay till this time, and then they stay like 2 hours later. So I was like, I'm gonna go with 8 o'clock just in case. However, 20 minutes ago, got the phone call that they're coming back. Yeah. There was something that they forgot to do, and they're coming back to do that in probably about an hour and a half. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and stream, because I don't know how long they're gonna be here tonight. I don't think they're gonna be here for very long. However, I just wanted to go ahead and get the stream completed so that we can actually say we did the stream. So I am sorry that the time has been all funky today. It's kind of out of my control, and I don't want to stream when there are people literally in the room next to me working with power tools and or talking, and my dogs are barking. So we're streaming at a really weird time today, and I know that's probably not the best for a lot of you, but I apologize, but yeah, that's what I am going to be working with for probably another week or so. Don't you just love homeowning? Don't you love that? But yes, that is what has been going on with me. You too? Oh really? Have you been having that problem too? Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. I've been dealing with a string of maintenance issues myself since the start of 2026. Right now, my mother's toilet's malfunctioning, which we need to get those pipes connected to her toilet fixed. I don't know what it is with plumbing. Plumbing is just, it's genuinely the worst. It's genuinely the worst. Like, this is kind of off topic, but I watched one of the videos, and it was an older one talking about this. But if you guys are a fan of Distractable Podcast, Wade keeps talking about like the plumbing issues. It's like every house he moves into has plumbing issues, and I'm like, you know what? At first I thought this was funny. However, now that it's affecting me, somehow it's no longer funny. Somehow it's no longer funny. But yes, oh my god, did you guys see the Oscars? Did you see everything that happened? Huntrix and Michael B. Jordan do rule the Oscars, for real. I'm so happy for them. Genuinely, Huntrix makes me very happy that they won. I don't actually watch the Oscars, I'm gonna be so for real. I just watch like T channels, like I watched Spill Sesh's video about it, because honestly, I'm gonna be so for real, pop culture references now, but like, I actually kind of wanted to see people grill Timothée Chalamet about the no one cares about dying arts like ballet and the opera, like, excuse me? So I was really rooting to see some people clap back at him for that, and I am happy that they pretty much did, but anyways, as for this episode, all I can say is, as a huge hardcore gamer since the 80s, this whole entire episode screamed The Legend of Zelda, because Anna and Mikaru go through a series of puzzle dungeons looking for the keys. Exactly, it's so fun. Yeah, Sinners was the only Best Picture nominee I saw. Is one battle after another really that great? Ooh. I actually don't know. I don't know anything about Sinners. I think it's a horror movie. However, not something that I would typically watch. I don't really, honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. I only really care about like music-y kind of stuff, like Grammys when that happens. I care about that more than movies. But I did kind of pay a little bit of attention because, again, I was really hoping that Huntrix would win, and I'm excited for them. However, I think I saw that their speech got cut off. Again, I didn't properly watch it, but like, come on. Come on. Have some respect. Like, literally, Huntrix, EJ, they are the ruler of 2026, for real. Like, they have taken over 2026. Like, it was the year of Huntrix. It still is. And I love Huntrix, so I'm very happy. But yes, okay. Before, actually, I should say this. Before we get into the episode recap, one more thing. Rip to the, I won't say any names, but rip to the site that I was watching Star Detective Precure on. They got it. They done got it. So, all of my anime that I was watching, it's gone. It's gone. Yay! So I had to find another website to watch Precure on, so this one, I'm gonna be so for real, it's a little bit buggy, but I will try my best with it to get through this recap, because like every time I click it, it's like, here's an ad, and I'm like, please, stop. So, anyway, let's go and get right into it. So, I will start with a preference and say that this was one of my favorites episodes just as a viewer. Like, this is what I was really hoping to see when it came to Star Detective Precure being basically a what's the word, like detective show, you know? I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, I am so excited for some puzzles. I'm excited to have an interesting, even maybe interactive story. And this is the kind of episode that I was really hoping for. This is the kind of thing I was hoping for. So I am very pleased with this one. Okay, yeah, you guys got it. Yeah, it was high anime. Rip. Rip high anime. Rip Bato. Rip. Honestly, ripperoni. But so this, let me make sure the sound is off. So this episode starts with Mikuru coming and introducing, well, not really introducing, but Mikuru is in her class at school, when all of a sudden Anna comes in and Anna is introduced as the new student. So everyone is pretty much all over Anna, all the students, because it's kind of a weird time in the year for them to get a new student at the school, so they're kind of like all over her, trying to, you know, get to know her, ask her where she's from, but obviously she can't say anything because she's from the year 2027 and it's 1999. However, Anna and Mikuru do reveal to their classmates that they are detectives. They flash their detective cards and even show off some of their like little gadgets. However, Anna accidentally almost reveals the fact that they're Precures, so thankfully Mikuru is like, hey, no, we can't tell them that. That's actually like one of the secrets that we can't say anything about. However, the students do reveal that, and I think this is something, I swear I've heard this before, but this is like an actual thing that people thought. I can't remember what video I heard this from, but if that's like an actual like connection to like real life stuff, that's pretty cool. But in the show, I'll start with the show first. In the show, they're talking about July predictions and how it's a big story that the year 1999 is the 7th month and the King of Terror will descend from the sky. Which, in real life, there was I can't remember, it was in like the 1999s, right before it turned over to the, like, you know, 2000s. People literally thought that the world was going to end, because how can the calendar just go to another year? Like, a 2000s, like, people literally were freaking out because, the calendar had, like, predicted, I think it was the Aztec calendar had, like, stopped at the year 2000s or something like that. Again, it's been a while since I watched whatever this video I'm referencing is, but I'm sure you can find it if you look it up. But yeah, people basically thought that like, since the Aztec calendar stopped before, or didn't go into the 2000s, I should say, people thought the world was gonna end. So I wonder if that is like a kind of connection to that, how people thought maybe the world is gonna end or something bad's gonna happen when it turns from 1999 to 2000. So if that is a reference, that's pretty cool. That's just what I personally thought of, because I had heard that recently in a video. I can't even remember what video it is, but I'm gonna be so for real, I feel like it's a game theory or film theory video. That's what I'm like thinking about in my head. And I can't remember if it was like one of their Minecraft videos or something. That's what it feels like. However, I could be wrong about that. But I wonder if this King of Terror is maybe released, or related, I should say, to the Phantom Thieves. Maybe that's Usanor, but who really knows as of right now? Who really knows? But speaking of Usanor, we do cut to him, and he's talking about the Precure from another time. He's pretty interested. It looks like Niji is kind of sitting this one out after last episode. Honestly, I love Niji. Bro needs a little bit of a break. Like, they were literally about to destroy this man, and he's like, actually, I have pertinent information about this Precure who comes from 1999, and saved him literally by the skin of his teeth. So he sits it out on this one. Hi Kurox, welcome in. Ooh, do you think the final battle will be on New Year's Eve? Ooh, they fight a literal Y2K bug. That would be cool. That would be a cool thing, actually. I do know, like, again, like, this season is supposed to be a little bit longer than, like, seasons in the past. So, I mean, maybe we will be rolling into the new year with some battles and stuff. That would be cool if that is a theory. If they are basing that off the Aztec calendar situation, that fear of turning from 1999 to 2000, maybe. That would be pretty fun. I don't know. Obviously, it's really too early to tell, but that would be a fun idea. So, I can't remember this guy's name. I think it's Doraemon. Kind of like the blue cat, but not quite. Doraemon. Anyway, he's the one who is sent out today to go find the next Makoto jewel, and again, he takes Lulika with him. So both the fairy and Lulika go with him, and this episode is kind of based around the school. Obviously, again, Anna is new to the school, so Mikuru is showing her around when he just kind of shows up out of nowhere. Again, it's kind of like he's trying to guide Lulika and just kind of show her the basics, kind of like teach her and everything. So he's like, okay, you sit back, I'll take care of it. So what he does is he basically turns, is it Goemon? Goemon, that's it. Goemon? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Goemon. Anyway, basically, he turns the entire school into basically a locked maze mystery, which is really fun. I think that's really fun. I like that. Personally, I think that would be a fun thing to do, IRL. I like escape rooms. This is kind of giving escape room vibes. However, I feel like it would have been a little bit more interesting if there were things that were like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if there were dangers in place. However, I think that would have made it a little bit more fun, like a threat, you know, if you don't find it, you know, because there's a timer in one of them. If the timer goes out, then like there's like a monster or something, you know, like something bad's gonna happen. However, he kind of just let them do their thing and just kind of watched them, like testing them to see if they were smart enough to do the puzzles. I feel like it would have been fun to have a little bit more of like a threat, but you know, because he's supposed to be a villain. I'm gonna be so for real, I'm not really getting villain vibes from him. You know, I'm not really getting a whole lot of villain vibes. Like, he's just kind of giving like just kind of silly guy vibes. Like, I get it, he's trying to test them to make sure they're smart enough, but it's like, you're still a villain, you know? Like, I would have liked to see a little bit more danger. Like, I feel like if this was Niji's idea, like, there would be, like, monsters and stuff, like, just, like, traps all over the place. So, like, Goemon feels a little bit on the, relaxed side when it comes to actually trying to harm the Precure, even though he is doing his job, you know, especially towards the end. I just feel like that level of, like, you know, villainy is not quite with him. But again, he ends up turning the school into a locked room mystery. It's a maze, and so now Anna, Mikuru, and Pochitan are trapped, and they're trying to find the way out of the room. So this one, again, I like some of these. I actually genuinely do like these puzzles. So there is a little fire on a poster, and the way that they are able to find the key to get out of this room, or not to get out of the room, but just to find the key in general, they're looking for keys. The way they do this is there's a poster that has fire on it, and it's like a little flame picture, and then it says fire underneath. So Anna thinks, actually I think it's Mikuru, one of them thinks, hey, maybe we should take one of these beakers full of water and douse the flame. Maybe that's how we'll get out of here. And so they throw the water on the poster, and the F in fire turns into a key. Like, that's actually super cute. I really like that one, but that's how they get their first key and open the next door. Next, they go into, I think they were in the science classroom, and then, which is important, and then they go into the music classroom. And in the music classroom, there are 5 lines of music, and so they kind of have to like align keys and play specific notes in order to reach the next key. And so they have to play the notes, I think it's do, mi, so, key? And so they end up getting the key by playing specific notes on the piano. Next, I believe it's like the library that they go to. And so in this one, as they're looking for the key, this time they actually do have a timer. So in this one, they're playing hide and seek to try to find the key, because Goraemon is hiding and they have to find him with under a minute, and they have no clues whatsoever. And literally, with 1 second left, they just kind of guessed and accidentally tumble into the bookshelf that isn't actually a bookshelf. It's just like, it looks like it's literally like a drape of a bookshelf. And they pull it away, and Goraemon's just hiding there. He's just there. Like, it was kind of weird. He was just like, oh, hi, you found me. Cool, I guess. It was actually so weird. Like, again, this guy is so chill. But anyway, he does have, or they did have just 1 minute. So literally, also I love in the subtitles, it says, imagine beating me at hide and seek. Like, I don't know if that's like exactly what he's supposed to say, but like, that's one of those things that I say all the time, is like slang words where I'm like, imagine eating pizza right now. Imagine watching a video right now. Like, this is literally how I read it. Imagine beating me at hide and seek. Like, so diva. He's so diva. But anyway, he does end up giving them another key. And so they do a couple more like puzzles that it doesn't really show us a whole lot of. It's kind of like a time skip to show that they're solving puzzles. But they end up getting a bunch of keys and unlock the final room, which is the gymnasium. So in the gymnasium, there are some doors, and they have different symbols. There's a circle, a star, music note, X, and a triangle. And so they have to kind of find what symbol is the right symbol for the door that they need to go through. However, they're like, huh? What? And even Pochi is like trying to figure it out. But Mikuru is the one who ultimately figures it out. She realizes that the symbols are kind of like the key is the symbols, because basically they have to retrace their steps. So she has 2 pieces of paper, because the school is 2 stories. So you have one story, you have the first story on one paper, and then you have the second story on a second paper. And so she starts with one paper, and she's like, okay, we went from the science room to the music room to the library, so and so, like just kind of drawing on the piece of paper. But she's like, this isn't a symbol, like this makes no sense whatsoever. It isn't until Pochiton sneezes and blows the papers on top of each other that Mikuru puts it together. Oh, you have to line them on top of each other. So with the papers stacked on top of each other, you can see through the bottom, peeking up into the front, it's drawing a star. So that's how they find out that they need to go through the star door. But I did actually go back a little bit to make sure, because in the video, like before they figure it out for themselves how to get to the right door, which is the star, that's the exact one that Pochi is pointing at. So I'm wondering if like Pochi really already knew, because again, this is the fairy of time and space. So would it really be so crazy that the fairy of time and space already knew the answer? I don't know if it's foreshadowing, I don't know if it's lucky guess, but it's also kind of in the name. You know, Star Detective. I kind of guessed it was going to be the star out of all of them just because, you know, it's kind of on brand with Precure. I feel like a lot of times they will use a star. So I was like, you know what, the star feels like the right one. However, I do like the way that the clues kind of led to them being able to find it with the paper. I think that was pretty genius, actually. I really like that. So anyway, they do enter the right door, which is the star door. I'm gonna be so for real. Pochi looks so cute when they sneeze. Like, Pochi was kind of like on all floors and just went achoo, and it was so cute. It was so cute. Pochi usually kind of looks like a bear. However, Pochi kind of was like in this dog position, and it was so cute. But anyway, they do end up breaking free from the school. They meet with Goemon. They transform into Precures. And of course, they end up saving the day and beating his Hamnida very quickly. And I really feel like, again, this episode showcased how smart they are. Like, I feel like some of the cases were just a little bit silly. I'm gonna be so for real. That turtle episode, the turtle, turn it over, and it's a sunflower. Like, nah. Nah, that's not a mystery. That one I was like, nah, that's a little bit far-fetched. However, the mysteries for this episode I thought were logical and plausible, and I actually liked them. I thought they were really good. I like it when we can kind of try to solve it alongside the Precure. I feel like that's really fun, and I do have to say, I think they did a great job with that aspect. But anyway, they do end up defeating Goemon, and again, he just doesn't seem like he is all that upset about it. He kind of is like, alright Lulika, use this as a learning experience. And then they just kind of peace out. So another Makoto jewel is secured by the Precure. However, on their way back, Mikuru ends up in their next class, which I believe it's a science class. But anyway, her two friends, who are also the ones that we see in the opening, the one with the red hair and the one with the orange hair and the ponytail, they're like, hey Mikuru, you're late. But where's Anna? And she's like, oh, Anna's right behind me? Oh no, I left Anna behind. And it cuts to Anna being like, Mikuru? Mikuru? Mikuru, where are you? And it kind of ends off with the two of them on different sides of the school being like, Mikuru? Anna? Low-key, that was kind of funny. Again, I really did enjoy this one. This one was a good one. I enjoyed this one. So anyway, the preview for episode 8. Okay, are you just gonna load on me? It's just loading. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness. This new site that I'm watching on, I try not to reveal the names because, like, from what I've heard in, like, the anime community, people are always like, hey, hush hush about, like, what sites and stuff you use, just in case. But, the site that I'm using now is pretty crap. I'll say that. But anyway, basically, the preview for episode 8 is about, one, the Precure kits. So, of course, we're gonna open a store. I feel like they have to have a Pretty Holic store in like every single season. Like, I know that's kind of their thing, but like, I didn't think it was gonna be this quick. Like, you have barely established yourself as detectives. Like, here's the thing. I will say this. I understand why for for You and Idol Precure, I understand why You and Idol Precure opened a Pretty Holic store so early. I mean, they're idols. They're pretty much like national, maybe even global sensations from the get-go. However, our Star Detective team does not look like they are global sensations. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. I feel like they needed to have a little bit more time to get some fame to their name, be a little bit more of a Sherlock Holmes before opening the store. However, exactly, it is a moneymaker. It is a moneymaker. I get that. However, I'm like, logically, like, I feel like you kind of need to build up your reputation, but it is going to be a Pretty Holic episode next time for episode 8. Which is Star Detective Precure, Pretty Smiles at Pretty Holic. So, as always, we got some more Pretty Holic stuff, but yes. Yes. Alright, let me catch up on some chat and stuff now. Not much of a villain going on. He's just giving the two cures basic, easy clues to figure out. He's the least threatening out of the three henchmen. Funny his name is Goemon because there's a Nintendo 64 game called Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, and the game also had Zelda-like puzzles, so it makes sense. You know what? Maybe it's a reference then. Maybe it's a reference. But yeah, no, he really... he really is so easygoing. Like, he's so laid back. Like, Niji was literally fighting for his life last episode. So that's why I feel like I'm a little bit like, huh. Wow. He's so chill. Because Niji was literally like in danger. Like, he kept saying things like, if I don't take these jewels, if I don't defeat the Precure, I'm not gonna have a future. And like, he literally almost got sent to like, I don't know what, the dungeons or something, because he failed. And like, he's like, wait, no, I have vital information about one of the cures who comes from 2027. She's not from 1999. Like, that is the only saving grace. Like, this dude was literally about to, like, you know, I don't know if die is the right word, but like, he was about to be sent away, probably for good. So I'm like, after such an exciting exciting episode where the villain genuinely is being threatened, Goemon's just like, hey, what's up guys? Hey Precure, you want a little test? Here you go. Like, it's so chill. I'm like, why? I don't understand, but like, oh my god. I can't wait to see, I can't remember her name. I think it's Augustine? But I'm excited for her. I hope that she's going to be a little bit more of like a diva kind of character. I hope she's kind of on like the Niji wavelength, but still a little bit of like a sassy diva. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I really hope to see. Because like, we need some more divas. Like, sorry Chokirin, you are not diva. So sorry. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Where were we at? Oh my god, it's done. Dahar. How do you say that? Daharman? I think. I know what you mean. Like, that's literally, that is the vibe he is giving. I will be so for real. We see 3 out of the 4 generals so far, and we don't know what Kiara Kanashado is doing yet. Honestly, true. Like, I really don't know what she's doing. Again, like I've been saying, just kind of feels like she's been scoping out both sides, just kind of lying and waiting. Also, how many ice cream cones has that girl been through? Like, oh my god, I feel like every time I see her, she's eating an ice cream cone. Like, I mean, great, you have your favorite food. But like, dang, it's like every time she's eating some ice cream, and it's like a big old scoop of ice cream. Like, okay, I see you. She likes sweet things, I'm assuming. Yeah, good thing they didn't choose the X-Store, honestly. Why is Jet flashing me in the episode preview? You know what, that is so true. He does kind of like open up his coat and it's like, whoa, Jet, please. This is a kid show. I'm assuming he's probably going to be showing like Precure devices that he's working on or something, but no, I totally understand what you mean. Oh, she likes hibiscus, so she stole it. I thought it was the flower she liked. Oh, I see. Yeah. Mikuru, worst friend ever. I mean, to be fair, like, I completely understand. She kind of got wrapped up in the moment of being late. However, you know, Anna doesn't know anything about this school. She doesn't know where she's going. Ooh, so our heroes were the masterminds behind Pretty Holic this whole time? Yeah, pretty much, honestly. You know what? To be fair, you know what? Yeah, to be fair. I can't remember. Does the original... Okay, if any of you guys know this off the top of your head, let me know. But does the original Futaiwa series start in the 2000s? I'm gonna look that up real quick. What year is Futaiwa Precure set in? What year is it set in? 2004? You know what? Honestly, that's a good theory. Maybe Mikuru and Anna actually started the entirety of the Pretty Holic line. I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty interesting. That's a good theory. Maybe they're the ones who started it. Obviously, I don't think, from what knowledge I have, because I haven't watched every single season of Precure, but I don't believe Pretty Holic was really introduced until within like the last couple of seasons and within the last couple of years. Because like I do remember watching shows like or series like Hugto, and I don't think they had it in Hugto. So I do think I don't think they had it in Smile either, or Twinkle. I'm trying to remember. I think yeah, I think it's more of a recent thing. So I'm wondering, could that be a good theory? I feel like it. Yeah, if Futaiwa starts in 2004, then like I feel like we can presume theory-wise that they started Pretty Holic in 1999. Dang, if Mikaru is Anna's mom, I feel like she should be famous for that then. That's her brand. She should be a multi-millionaire. Working with the idol Precure, like dang. Yeah, exactly. I think every season is set in the year the season came out, except this one. Honestly, that's a pretty cool concept. I really like what they're doing so far. Again, I really hope they use it to their writing advantages, because we need some good writing. We really do. Yeah, it does. It makes the money so for real. When Niji's gone, I'm gone. No, but seriously, please let him live. Honestly, I've really been liking Niji. I think he's really fun, especially within the last episode. He is very desperate, and I like that. I like a good desperate villain. Like, they'll do whatever they can to achieve their goals. I like that. I'm curious to how many episodes we're getting for Star Detective Precure. I can't remember if they've already said how many. I just know a lot of people have said that it's going to be longer. Let's see if does the internet know how many episodes will Star Detective Precure have? It says it's expected to have 51 episodes, and the 51, no, never mind, that's wrong. I almost read something wrong. Yeah, it looks like everyone's saying that it's supposed to have 51. So that's fun. That's nice. A little bit, if that's true, a little bit longer than some of the seasons. However, I thought we were gonna have like probably like in 60s, but looks like it's a little bit longer. However, not by a whole lot, because I know some of the seasons, I believe at least, has close to 50. You and Idol did not. Let's see. What is the longest season of Precure? I don't want you to combine Futaiwa and Max Heart. I want you to tell me in general. It's like combining, and it's like 96 episodes, and I'm like, no, individual, please. I don't want the longest continuous story. Okay, here we go. Okay, this doesn't really help either. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, it does seem like it says upcoming potential to be the longest to Star Detective Precure with 51 predicted episodes. It does say longest single seasons are either with 49 or 50 episodes, which is Fresh, Go Princess Witchy, and Soaring Sky. So literally this season will be the longest season by one episode. I was expecting a little bit more, actually. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more than just one extra. Well, hope they make the most of it. Hope they make the most of the story with their 51 episodes. That is all we can hope for, I fear. Haven't watched Hugto yet, but Papal seems like a diva. Which one is Papal? I can't remember. It's been so long. Oh my god, I tried to type in Papal and I typed in PayPal. Oh yeah. I forgot about her actually. That feels bad to say, but yes, oh my god. I actually really like the villains for this season. They all worked as like corporate baddies. You get the corporate baddies and then you have the baddie. Papal is the baddie, but I really did like this season. This was a really good one. Highly recommend. Yeah, actually, I kind of low-key miss her design. She was really pretty. I'm just like re-looking at her design so far. I'm like, yeah, she's really pretty. I can't remember I think his name is like Usario or something. No, that's not his name. What is his name? I can't remember. The one with like the blonde hair and the tan. I always liked him. Anywho. I'm getting lost in the Hugto vibes. Monster of the Week vibes and main villain boss. Yes. I am currently thinking about rewatching some of Hugto because I am working on a Kyriel costume, but I kind of put that on the back burner just a little bit on the back burner. I think they've been doing pretty holics since Tropical Rouge. You know what? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I did not watch all of Tropical Rouge just because I was moving during that time, and so I was like, I think I survived that year just by like watching Dan and Phil videos alone. Like, I don't really think I watched any anime that year because all of my stuff was in boxes. But yes, oh my god, I loved it. Oh my god, Harry the hamster. Yes, I will say, I've said this before, I feel like I would love to make a video on this, kind of like how I did with Sailor Moon. However, I feel like I need to watch a couple more seasons because I feel like we need some more side characters and stuff. But I made a video recently-ish about Sailor Moon characters that I feel like need side stories. Like, I wanted to know more about characters like Chibiusa, like when she grows up and like is the new, like, quote-unquote new Sailor Moon. Like, you know, I wanted to know about that story. I want to know about Princess Kakyu and like others. I feel like that would be really fun for like Precure. Like, I would love to know more about like Cure Tomorrow, which no spoilers, but I would love to know more about Cure Tomorrow and what the world is like for her as a Precure, if she's the only Precure, or if she has like a team of Precures. Like, that's what I want to know. That is like the biggest mystery that eludes to me when it comes to Precure, where I'm like, if I want a side story, this is the character I want a side story for. Or like maybe even like the movie Cures. Like, I would love to see like some more like Mofarun or Cure Echo. Like, those are characters that I would love to see more of, so I would love to have side stories for them. But yes, oh my god, George Ew. George Ew is so correct. I do not fuck with George. I'm gonna be so for real. No. Like, I feel like that's one of those weird seasons as well, because there is some time travel involved, and I feel like one of the big problems with Hugto is a lot of people theorize, which again, nothing is confirmed, but a lot of people theorize that George, who is, I would say, I would clock him at like maybe 40s, 40-year-old man, who is the main villain of the season, people theorize that he is supposed to be Hannah's future husband slash baby daddy or something like that. That is a theory in the community, that he is supposed to be the future father of Hugton and, you know, Hannah's baby daddy husband, whatever the situation is. However, the whole reason, you know, Cure Tomorrow comes back in time is because something bad happened in her timeline. So I've seen a lot of people theorizing that maybe it had something to do with Hannah's death in the future, so maybe that's why Cure Tomorrow goes back in time to try to like set I think, what's it called, like Psycho Core or something, the villain company tries to set them on a new path, and so she goes back and tries to direct Hannah and her her team of cures, basically, into saving the world prior, like changing history before it happens, basically. And I will say, if that is the thing, if George is her future husband or baby daddy or whatever, it's kind of weird. I'm gonna be so for real, it's kind of weird. Hannah's a teenager. She's like, what, like 13, 14 years old, and this like creepy like 40-year-old guy is like always trying to get up in her business and is like really entranced by her. Like, and I will say this, I feel like the show, personally, from my first watch through, I did not feel like the show was really shipping them together. I felt like there was something about Hannah that George saw, something that he wanted from her, but I don't think, for me personally, when I watched it, that they really had like some sort of love connection or anything like that. However, I have seen some, I would say personally, rather disturbing fan art when you come across certain things when you're trying to look up Hannah. You come across some disturbing, I will say, art of, you know, what I would only cry as whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police, whoop whoop, because again, teenager and like 40-year-old man. I'm clocking him at 40. He's definitely an adult and she's a teenager. However, there is a theory that there is a boy, which I don't know that I believe this theory because we have really no information about this boy whatsoever than just seeing a tiny snippet of him. But there is also a theory that there is a boy, and I believe he has an instrument of some kind in his hand, and he's got like the black hair like George. So I've heard a lot of people theorizing maybe this boy is George when he is the same age as Hannah, you know, his past self or something. And so people are theorizing, you know, like maybe, you know, that's him, and maybe him and Hannah will eventually get together because, you know, in the future, you know, maybe, you know, he is the baby daddy, because obviously we see that Hannah gives birth. Like, that's a whole thing. The show establishes she's giving birth at the end. So, I don't know. However, I don't know how I feel about that theory. I do think I like series that have time travel elements because it creates theories and stuff like this. However, I don't know that I can fully believe that theory because there's really not a whole lot of evidence that that boy is George. There's also not a whole lot of evidence that you know, like Ahagtan is George's daughter, because I mean, of course, genetics play a part, but we're talking about anime genetics, okay? Anime genetics are not human real-life genetics, you know? Like, usually in anime, if you have a mother with pink hair, a father with blue hair, you're gonna have a child with, like, purple hair. That's, like, genetics, you know? Like, you have a mother with pink hair, father with blue hair, and blue eyes, mother with pink hair, pink eyes. One of your kids is gonna have pink hair and blue eyes, the other is gonna have blue hair and pink eyes. That is anime genetics. However, in real life, you know, there's dominant and recessive genetics and genes and stuff. So, you know, if someone in your family happened to have red hair and both you and your partner in creating said baby have a recessive red hair gene, if you both have, you know, like maybe blonde and brown hair, you could potentially have a red hair child because it could be a recessive gene. However, anime does not follow that logic. So I will say, by anime logic, I don't know that I would say George is Hannah's or Hugtan's father, because Hannah has pink hair, George has black hair, and then Hugtan has blonde hair. And again, I will say this, that's not always something that really matters in anime. For example, in Sailor Moon, Usagi has yellow hair and blue eyes, and Mamoru has black hair and blue eyes. However, Chibiusa has pink hair and red eyes. Like, sometimes that logic just does not come through, however, when it comes to, you know, like, here's anime kids having kids, or anime, you know, characters having kids, like, when they grow up, this is how it works, you know, it's like, they almost always look like their parents in some way, shape, or form. But, however, that's not always something that happens. So I can't completely rule out, you know, the hair and the eye theories. However, that is usually a big theory. We see that here in Star Detective Precure because, you know, one of the one of the things that I think we all kind of clocked very early is that Mikaru has a lot of the features that we saw in and Anna's mom, you know, the green hair, the same kind of pinky purpley type of hair. We also see that Anna has Jet's eyes, you know, so like I feel like that's just one of those characteristics with anime, is sometimes it can throw you off with certain things. Like obviously Anna doesn't have the hair color of Jet or Mikaru, but she has the exact same eyes as Jet, so stuff like that happens sometimes. Sometimes that means, yes, it is a parental passed down gene according to anime logic. Sometimes it's just, haha, quirky. Like with Chibiusa, just haha, quirky. However, from what I have heard with Chibiusa's case, Usagi was supposed to have... See, okay, here's the thing. Maybe I need to like do an actual video deep dive into this because I've heard two sources. However, the one that I have heard recently from the mouth of Naoko Takeuchi is that Naoko said that Usagi was supposed to have silver hair. She was supposed to be silver-headed, like she is as Neo Queen Serenity and as her mom Queen Serenity was. But there's also a lot of sources saying that she originally was supposed to have pink hair. So there's two different, like, I would say preconceptions that Usagi was supposed to have pink hair versus she was supposed to have silver hair. However, I've heard Naoko Takeuchi say that she was supposed to have silver hair. So that is the one that I lean to more, even though I have had and I've heard a lot of people and a lot of comments tell me, oh, the reason why Chibiusa has pink hair is because Usagi was supposed to have pink hair. So maybe I should do a video on that. And from what I heard, again, with this interview with Takeuchi, is that Usagi was supposed to have silver hair. She wanted her to have silver hair, but something to do with like anime and manga production for eye catchiness is they wanted, you know, blonde-haired, blue-eyed characters, you know, like Naruto, someone who catches, you know, the eyes of people, someone with bold hair, bold personality. And yes, it is cute, yes, it is iconic, but I mean, I feel like silver-haired Usagi, pink-haired Usagi, like, yes, yes. Like, we've obviously seen silver-haired Usagi, as in Neo Queen Serenity, but also Sailor Cosmos, like silver, white hair. We also see in the Sailor Moon Crystal anime that there's a whole snippet of, oh my god, the moon caused my hair to glow, and it got really long. Which, I love that scene. I love that scene so much. I love it so much. I don't remember if that scene is manga canon or not, but I love that scene. I loved it. It explains why her hair is so freaking long. Like, how? How do you grow that stuff? How is it so long? Like, even when she does it up in buns and like lets it down, it's still so long. Low-key jealous. Low-key. Scratched my cut. Oh no, definitely put a band-aid on it. Put a band-aid on it. Some ointment, a band-aid. Definitely want to take care of it. But yeah. I feel like I'm just yapping now about anime genetics. Anime genetics is generally one of those things that like low-key pisses me off. Like low-key I will say pisses me off just a little bit. Cause it's either so simple or so convoluted that you're like, how? How did, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes, black hair, blue eyes create pink hair, red eyes? You know? It's like, oh, you know, you gotta take other factors into it, but sometimes it's just like, well, here you go. I just like the design of this character, here you go. And it's like, why? Feels weird, but anyway, interesting stuff, but I am excited for the Pretty Holic episode. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Hope you are excited again for the Pretty Holic merch, because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. I actually low-key want to get some merch for this season, so If there is a Pojitan plushie anywhere, please alert me because I will pay good money for Pojitan. Also, let me shout this out before we end. This is actually something fun that I heard through the grapevine, I should say, is that this week, I guess technically last week, last Saturday, I posted a video talking about a new Magical Girl series. It's called Towards Galaxy's End, and if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. It's a really cool series. It is a really cool series. But one of the things that I heard about is that Kennedy, who is the creator of the series, worked on this episode. So if you enjoy Precure and you want to support an animator who worked on this episode today, episode 7 of Star Detective Precure, who is also making their own series, check the video out, check out all their channels and stuff and their links, because genuinely, this was such a good episode. So I wanted to shout that out because that is super, super interesting. But yes, please make sure you watch that video, give it some love. I want to give the Magical Girl community, especially the indie Magical Girl community, all the love and support and highlights that I possibly can as a fan of Magical Girls. So yes. Oh, that would be so fun. Oh my god, Augustine as the makeup girly villain. Oh my god, yes. That would be perfect. Honestly, I can't believe they haven't put her in the show yet. Besides just kind of like taunting Niji. I feel like her and Niji are literally going to be kind of like besties, but in the sense of like we hate each other. I feel like they have a fun dynamic going on. But yes, anyway, I'm excited for that next episode regardless. But I hope you guys have a very great rest of your day. And I will see you guys in next week's episode discussion. Bye bye!